If we could have our newest board member, Marissa, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I'm sorry, I should refer to you formally as Director Buss, so thank you. Roll call, please.
Director Hopper.
Yes.
Director Lang.
Here.
Director Cussworth.
Here.
Director Nichols.
Yes.
Director Buss.
Yes.
Thank you very much. In just a moment, we are going to have a special presentation, which I'm really looking forward to, but just it looks like most of you already gotten the word that if there's something you wish to speak on this evening, please make sure that you have filled out one of the blue speaker cards, which are available on the table back there. If you're dialing in via Zoom and would like to speak during public comments or our public hearing, apparently there is a raise hand icon on your Zoom screen, and just raise your hand and we'll make sure that you get connected properly. When it's your turn to speak, if you're on Zoom, remember to unmute and turn on your camera so we can see your smiling face, and then we'll be ready to go. So with that, I'm really excited tonight. One of my favorite programs and units in the entire district, and one that hopefully most of you are already aware of, but we're going to have a presentation by Devin on our Therapeutics Unit and Inclusion Program. Devin, take it away.
Hello, thank you so much for letting me have the opportunity to be here. Are you able to put it as a slideshow? Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. So as most of you know, my name is Devin Herbert, the Recreation Supervisor of the Therapeutic Recreation Unit. And here with me tonight is Corinne Rakowski. Today is her 3 months fulfilling the position as Recreation Coordinator. We're excited to have her back. She had always been in a part-time position as a camp director, recreation leader, and so forth. And now she's fulfilling a full-time position. So as so as many of you have known Cecilialaufenberg, she created such this amazing community for the therapeutic recreation families and created amazing programs and a great unit. She retired a couple years ago, and a couple months later, COVID hit and we had to shut down and create new programs, but it also allowed us to create changes and revamp programs and look at things a different way. So tonight is the Therapeutic Recreation Unit after COVID. So in a nutshell, we serve individuals with disabilities of all ages. We don't require a diagnosis. So we just let families know that if they feel that they benefit from the programs, they're more than welcome to register. Our offices are based out of Old Meadows Community Center. However, the programs truly are all over the community. So for example, we have a tennis program at Triumpho. We have a swim team at the CLU pool. We have volleyball and basketball at Borchard Community Center. We're at the Crowley House in Thousand Oaks for after school. So we're really all over the place. And then Old Meadows Community Center is also the home of the Dreamcatcher Playground. So this playground is designed to meet, just kind of touch base on all the senses of all individuals. So we have a lot of musical instruments. We have a calming area where if the playground is overstimulating or overwhelming, they can hide in little cocoons or even lay down on hammocks. And then we also oversee inclusion. So if anyone wants to register for any programs within the district, they can register for them, click on a box, and it automatically emails me, letting me know to reach out to the family and to work with them, how we can support them in the programs that they wish to register for. So the therapeutic recreation staff it's truly the meat and potatoes of the unit. The staff is, the families really trust them, and it's the first faces that they see. A lot of individuals come to our programs, they don't have awareness of fear or risks or safety concerns, or they may have seizures. And so they have to really trust the staff to be able to be comfortable and leave them in our programs. So we are a small team, but we're very, very mighty and do a lot. So it's amazing what the staff do. And then another thing to point out is that a lot of local Parks and Rec reach out to me, or a lot of local agencies reach out to me and ask me, how do you run successful programs? What do you do? What's different? And I let them know that truly our unit is really successful because it's led by 2 certified recreation therapists, meaning that we go to school with a background and learn this. We have to get a lot of volunteer experience. And then we also take a state and national exam to be certified as a recreation therapist. And then we have to do continuing education units every year to keep it up. So philosophies. So first, our safety and service come first. Again, it's scary leaving a child with special needs in the hands of other people in the community or taking them out into the community. We are not just person-centered, we're also family-oriented. So we're not just serving the individuals that come to the programs. The parents really like a lot of information and feel welcomed and supported too. We're responsive to their needs. The quality is always consistent. Again, the staff many of the staff have been with us for years. They're in it because we feel we have genuine relationships with our families and with the individuals, and it means a lot. So we're just not there just to provide a program, we're in it together and work with them. They always know the expectations are met. We're constant and open communication. Again, the certified recreation therapists, we're aware of supports and adaptations that are needed. And lastly, the cost of programs. So they know that if a family wanted to register for a soccer program, they're going to pay the same price as any other family would in the park district. However, we do know that the therapeutic recreation unit sometimes has to put in supports or adaptations or lower ratios, which then we know that it is tax supported a little bit to run these programs. So in a nutshell, these are just a couple of the offerings that we offer. The youth, we offer camps. Sports trainings are more skill development oriented at this age. We do an autism field day every year. We do playground play dates. So a lot of these are addressing sensory issues, social skills, behavioral learning, and gross and fine and gross motor development. I wanted to highlight inclusion because the youth programs are our feeder system into our teens and adult programs. And so our youth programs are dwindling a little bit. That's because we're seeing more and more inclusion these days. And so here it's an awesome picture because here I'm observing a preschool program at Caneo Community Center. And you don't know who I am observing in this because it's very inclusive. And we're able to support them and work with the instructors to make it successful for everybody. And then our teens, we also offer camps. It's more based learning independent living skills. And then we're also doing programming at Crowley House after school, special events, cooking classes. We have a cooking class right now where they cook a part of their family's dinner and take it home and get to share it with their family and be proud of what they made and be contributing to their family. And then sports trainings move more into team oriented. I wanted to highlight the Crowley House and the use of it of learning independent living skills. So if you haven't been to the Crowley House, it's really, really cool. We kind of revamped the downstairs, and it's such a really neat opportunity for them to come after school and feel like they're hanging out at their friend's house and have that opportunity. And they can make a light snack, they can play games, they can walk to Baskin Robbins, and just as if you were to go to a friend's house after school in high school and just hang out. And they also clean the house too.
Mhm.
All right, and then we also serve adults. So we do weekly programs such as art classes. We do a lot of community integration, going bowling nights, dinner and movies. This is a train trip to Santa Barbara. We go to the Dodger game. And then cooking. So this one is different for the teens and adults, where they actually cook a whole entire meal together, and then they sit down and eat it together and talk about what their favorites are, what they like, and what didn't turn out well. And then sports training. So we offer tons of different sports. This one is our bowling team in Camarillo. A mother came in last week and she was really stressed because registration was coming up, and she has a meeting every Monday morning that conflicts with registration. And she was stressed about registration and how she chose her work meeting last session, and her daughter was placed on a lot of wait lists. So she didn't let me speak for a while and was talking about how it impacted her family and her daughter getting put on wait lists for a lot of these programs. And so after I talked to her about registration and she got into the classes that were a priority to her, I asked her if she can send me a quick email about the things that she said that I can include to this presentation tonight. I am so grateful for the wide variety of enriched classes you offer for my special needs daughter. Her participation in bowling, Crowley House, winter camps, movie night, etc., has transformed my daughter from feeling isolated and lonely to the one where it is included in society and has developed friendships. She is so excited to participate in activities, and your high-quality staff just provide the ideal role model. Being new to the area and recently relocated, I was so afraid my daughter would have trouble adjusting and I would not be able to find activities for her. However, her life is now filled with healthy, exciting activities that keep her involved in learning. Thank you for all that you do. And then another parent spoke about our programs, freedom. So many of the special needs population spend hours every week in structured therapy, tutoring, and other growth activities. The Friday and Saturday night programs allow them to enjoy the weekend unencumbered by demands and expectations. And here's a fun picture from Silver Soleil Ball, just the boys, showing their personalities and being comfortable in our programs. And unfortunately, we do have challenges. So some current challenges that we're seeing is staffing. So we're definitely not getting applicants applying for the positions. And if we do, we're getting a lot of people that do not have experience working with special needs. So it just the training and the longer it takes them to feel comfortable to lead and be comfortable in programs. Youth programming, like I said, youth programming, we are seeing an increase in inclusion instead of our youth programs, which are our feeder system. Volunteers impact our programs greatly. They help with our ratios, offering more social interaction and the quality of the programs. And during COVID, they found other ways to volunteer that were not hands-on. So we had seen a decrease in volunteers inside our programs. And then meeting the community wants and needs. So basically, we have programs that have been developed. They've been going great, but often the community wants more and more and more. And so keeping up with that is challenging sometimes. And then inclusion and independent contractors. So working with a lot of independent contractors in how to include individuals with disabilities in their programs that is not a burden or just providing challenging situations. So I'm working a lot with independent contractors and educating them how to be more inclusive and provide adaptations. So how are we tackling some of those challenges? So this is Grayson. She came to us as a volunteer and she loved and felt safe and comfortable volunteering in our program. So this is hers, one of our summer camps. And then she helped out at our Silver Soleil Ball and our therapeutic horseback riding in the summer. Unfortunately, she passed away, and her family created the Grayson R. Wolpert Foundation that supports some of our programs and volunteers in the therapeutics unit. And so we now will have a college scholarship that individuals can apply if they have volunteer hours in the therapeutic recreation unit. So hoping to increase volunteers through that. And this is an example of a program, CTFE, which I hope everyone's going to be seeing the Descendants at the end of February. We're very excited. But this is an amazing program. However, we are seeing some challenges that we are looking at the program to just revamp it in different ways and to continue it be successful. Also, Tri-Counties Regional Center vendorization. So all individuals with special needs are regional center clients or consumers, and they announced that they will be paying for social recreation, their state government funding. And so we are in the process of becoming vendors with Regional Center, and they will be paying for social recreation classes for all individuals that are Regional Center clients. So that includes inclusion as well. And lastly, we're excited about some new partnerships. So Train Goat Gains, they will be doing a in-person yoga class in the spring. The Jan's Marketplace, it's not new to the district, but new to the therapeutic unit, where we are excited that we were able to utilize some space for summer camps last summer. And we're excited that we are also working with a local kinesiologist to offer additional youth swim, a youth swim team. And that's it. Does anyone have any questions?
Devin, thank you so much. Questions or comments? Yes.
Thank you.
You really do such a wonderful job. It touches my heart. And being a teacher, I've worked with many parents and I've had many special needs children in my class. And I was so glad you said you work with the family, because the parents want their children to achieve to the greatest of their possibility, just as every parent does. They want their children to have friends. They want their children to be involved. And that's so difficult oftentimes for children with special needs, because they're not the ones that usually the other children in the class are asking over to birthday parties and asking over for sleepovers. So it's so nice to have something where they can go hang out, where they can feel like kids, where they can do things. I have to say that your staff has an overabundance of patience and love. Because since I have worked with special needs children just on a limited basis in my classroom, I can see the amount of patience and love that you need to have and bring to this special community. So we are so very, very grateful to have you and all of your creativity and all of your patience and all of your love, making CRPD continually be making Canal Valley a better place to live. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Director
one
Nichols.
other thing.
Oh,
Sorry, I mean,
Go right ahead, Director Nichols.
I wanted to say the Dreamcatcher or Playcatcher playground, that's good for everybody.
It is, yes.
Thank you. That is a wonderful playground, and
Mhm.
we need more of that sort of playground in all of them to be entertaining the senses for everyone. So thank
Agreed.
you for being pioneers in that.
Yes, I agree.
Now, Director Nichols.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for the refresher course and also the update. I mean, it's one of those programs that we know exists, and it does such a wonderful outreach to our community. I know I've actually referred a couple of folks to you that have contacted me. It's just nice to be able to say, yes, we can do that. Just here's the person to contact rather than, oh, we don't have that. But I think it's just a good example of one of these kind of niche programs that the Park District provides.
Yeah.
That nobody else does. And you think oh, just out there playing soccer or learning how to shoot basketball, but there's so much more to the park. And you really are a shining example, you and your whole program. I know get a lot of recognition throughout that. So thank you for what you do. And again, thank you for helping our families that don't always get the necessary attention that they deserve, but thank you for that.
Thank you guys for your support.
Yes, Director Lang.
Yes, Devin, I would echo that. You do a fabulous job. Cecilialaufenberg had big shoes and you're filling them very well. And I'm glad you mentioned her because she was both innovative, creative, and brought so much to the programs that people wouldn't have been aware of if it wasn't for Cecilia, because I was involved in a number of award ceremonies, throughout Southern California, where she received these recognition awards of recognition. So, and you have continued it. But one of the items you mentioned was staffing, and we know the impact COVID has had on all aspects of staffing. So is therapeutic, these specialties, more difficult or about the same as the other?
No, so I mean, the part-time staff are just general recreation leaders and recreation specialists, all the, the same hiring process as all other community centers. We do try to look for individuals that do have some experience working with special needs. But if anything, we're not getting applicants, maybe because people aren't familiar working with special needs, so they're just not applying to the jobs. And nervous and not know if they are fit for it.
A comment, the Director Nichols mentioned that, some individuals, families with needs go to their park district or wherever, and these programs don't exist. And in general, off the top of your head, how many similar therapeutic programs like this are in our Eastern Ventura County?
So the only Oxnard has a great Oxnard Special Populations program. So they offer some sports and some crafts. It's not as extensive where I don't think that they have any programs where it's drop off. It's all parent based. And then Rancho Simi has a couple alternative recreation programs, some sports and a couple community integration, but not as extensive as CRPD's.
Okay. Again, thank you very much. You're you and your staff are very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Director Buss.
Yes, I want to say thank you so much for everything that you do. And my husband and I had an amazing time at the Starlight Ball. And my children were exposed to the LEAP program through the school district. And one of their closest friends is a special needs child, which is amazing because I think that it teaches them compassion and empathy at such a young age. And it's really important so that then throughout their lives, now it's their really good friend, not their special needs friend, which is so important in this community. So I really appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
Devin, what you and your massive staff are able to accomplish for so many individuals in our community, from the children, the teens, the adults, such a large group of people that you're working with. I'm always amazed by what it is you and your team are able to do. So thank you so much. Director Buss mentioned the Starlight Ball. It's always one of my favorite events, and glad that we were able to do it indoors this year rather than outdoors like the year before. It's a lot more comfortable that way. And also got to see the revised revamped teen center. You ran quickly, you threw out the initials. Maybe people weren't aware what the Theater for All program is.
Yes, Canoe Theater for Everyone. So it's an inclusive theater production. And so Descendants will be in February, at the end of February, if anyone wants to see an inclusive theater production.
Great. I'm looking forward to that. So again, thanks to you and everyone on your staff and the volunteers for the great job that you do for our community. Hopefully we can solve some of those challenges that you have to make it a little bit easier for all of you. So thank you, Devin.
Thank you. Thank you so much.